Hey, what's up YouTube? It's your boy Circus, and we are back with another tutorial. We talked about priming your miniatures, how to paint your miniatures, and now we're going to talk about mini transportation. So if you're tired of looking at your minis sitting all over the table, or you just want to pick them up and get them to the shop quickly, this tutorial is for you. I'm going to go over to techniques, how I got everything set up, the materials that I used, and actually these boxes back here, these two back boxes in the back. These are the boxes that I used for my mini transportation. So stick around. We do have a contest ending on May 25th. So if you have not checked out my last video, head on over to my last video. Make sure you sub and comment down below, and you'll be entered in my contest to win 5 Seraphon miniatures. So without further ado, guys, let's go to the workbench. All right, guys, we're headed on over to the workbench now. I'm going to talk about the CRAFTSMAN toolbox that I got. I pretty much got this to fit my 12 by 18 plate steel that I'm going to be using and putting inside of the box. So this is awesome because it was a pretty big size. It comes with little compartments on the inside too as well. And I got this box just because it was big enough to hold my army. Great value too as well. It cost around 30 bucks. I'm going to be using JB Wells plastic cement, a metal filer, some snips, a permanent marker, and measuring tape. Perfect. So here is the steel that we're going to be cutting. It is 12 by 18 steel. And as a demonstration, I'll actually flip these over and show that the minis stick with the small magnets that are on the bottom there. And you can shake this pretty well. They won't fall off of there. It's actually cut to the size and works perfect. And then this is a demonstration of me actually putting it inside of the box. Stick a mini down just for demonstration. Now we're gonna actually put a cut piece of steel down and actually measure it and get another piece cut to the same size, so that way we can put it into the other box. This is easy. You just grab a marker and just draw it the same size. I used the measuring tape to measure it before to see what actual size it was and get it the perfect dimensions before I cut it with the shears. Now we're going to take the snips. I keep saying shears, they're actually snips, and we're going to start on the right side here and just start cutting very easily. Keep in mind too, I also probably should be wearing gloves, because if a piece of metal snips off and hits you in the finger, it could cut you. You also should have some protective eyewear on too as well, so you don't get steel flinging back to your eye. Turn it around here and just make sure you can cut this little snip off, and then I'll start on the other side. Now we can turn it over and begin cutting on the other side to finish it off. As you're doing this, also just take your time. Just go very easy, because it is very easy to cut your hand, and this stuff is super duper sharp. So you want to make sure you have some protective wear on. Me, I didn't put any on because I was so anxious to cut, and that's a bad idea. And we got this piece of metal here that we can save and use for other parts of the project. And here is the finished product here. Now this is going to be the JB Welds that we use. Just make sure you have a nice smooth surface that you can use the JB Welds on to get the steel put down into the tackle box. Go ahead and apply the glue like such all over the flat surface. And I had to mix this glue all up, make sure it's mixed well with the sealer before I put down the steel. Place the steel right down into the tackle box, nice and flat and even. Make sure you don't cut your hand too as well. Then I put books inside and something heavy like The Walking Dead. That's a real heavy book. The compendiums are ridiculous. And a nice Stephen King It book, because that's nice and fat for no reason. Just set that down in there. There you go. Perfect. Now we've got these mini magnets that we're going to use for the bottom sides of our miniatures. These magnets are really awesome. They're pretty inexpensive. You can get them in bulk and just get you some glue and get ready to put them on the bottom of your miniatures. With this extra steel that we got left over in these trays up top, I can cut these down to size and put them into these trays for extra magnetizing. Now we're gonna take these mini magnets and apply some of my favorite glue onto the magnet itself and get ready to stick it onto the miniature. This glue is fantastic. If you have not tried it before, make sure you try it. It's the BSI Bob Industries glue. It's awesome. So go ahead and stick this onto the bottom of the mini. Watch your fingers, because this stuff, if it gets on your fingers, it's very sticky and hard to get off. Apply this to the next one and just do all your miniatures just like this. Make sure you get the right side of the magnet. And now we'll show you the final demonstration as we flip it upside down. We've got our Ogre Maw tribes in there, and they're not going anywhere. Perfecto. Oh yeah. And there you have it, guys. Mini transportation. All right, guys, that seems to be it for this tutorial. Pretty straightforward, pretty easy. Just depends on how big or how small your army is. Head on over to Lowe's, head on over to Home Depot, find yourself a good sized box, and get you some of that pre-cut sheet metal that you can find in the aisle, and just get you some nice adhesive glue and get yourself a nice box going. So this is just a beginner tutorial. This is the technique that I found that worked for me. It's obviously not the best tutorial out there. I've seen other ones where people actually drill into the metal itself and actually get it stuck to the cabinet, or they use magnetic handles, which is a lot more sufficient than this is, but this is just an easy method to get you some mini storage. So thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate all the love and support. Head on over to my other video, check it out. Make sure you sub and comment down below to get your 5 Seraphon miniatures, and check out my next tutorial where I go over paintbrushes and how to clean your paintbrushes after you paint your minis. So thank you guys for tuning in. Hope you guys have a great night, and see you next time. Peace.